What's up, softball people? Jenny Topping, Olympic gold medalist and left-handed catcher. In this video today, I wanted to go over how do you size catcher's gear. I know this is a question that I get asked all the time, and so let's go over it. Mask, chest protector, and shin guards. How do we get this done? Thanks for watching. Alright, so I have a couple different shin guards that I'm trying on today, just so I can show you the length difference. By the way, this red gear is Shutt and this black gear is Mizuno. Neither of these companies are sponsoring me to use them. These are just very good products when we talk about catcher's gear. First, let's talk about a couple things. When a catcher puts the straps on, we always want the straps to go towards the outside of our legs when we hook them. So we want them to hook this direction towards the outside, not, as you can see with this shin guard, we don't want our hooks on the inside. Because what happens is when our shin guards, our hooks are on the inside, and say we're running down to first base to trail or something, we could potentially unclip them. So whenever we're putting on shin guards, we want to make sure the straps are to the outside. So this is the actual kneecap of this gear. We want to make sure when we're putting our gear on that our knee is in this kneecap. I know that sounds simple, but a lot of time catchers don't have their knee actually in the kneecap portion, which protects them. So as I put this gear on, you're probably going to notice something that is very common with my catchers, and that is that this shin guard is short. So as I finish strapping these on and I stand up, what you're going to see is that this shin guard is too short. So you see all this spacing right here, how high it is? This is too short for me, okay? So then when we come over and we take a look at this red shin guard, my knee is actually in the cap right now, and these shin guards are just about right. So it just kind of depends on each catcher, but for the most part, we want the bottom of the shin guard to be just at the top of the loops, because as catchers, we want this tongue to be going over our shoe so it protects it. Okay, so if I were to say there's a measurement that we want for catchers, we want the center of the kneecap to about the top laces of our shoe. Next, let's spend a few minutes talking about our chest protectors. Now, this is kind of gonna vary on age. Typically, as a catcher, when we're younger, we want our chest protector to feel bigger because it's hard to be a 10-year-old and be a catcher or younger than that because it hurts, right? So we want more protection. And what you're gonna see with catchers, typically, as we get older, we want not necessarily less protection, but we don't want it to inhibit us from our movements. So we're gonna try on a couple different chest protectors, and we'll talk about the importance in the sizing. So I'm gonna start with the Shutt. What is cool about this gear is that it's reversible. So we've got just the solid black or the red and black on the front, which is pretty neat. So once I put my head through, we want this to feel like it's a t-shirt. So see all this spacing? We really want this to be very tight, as though I have a tight shirt on, so it feels like part of my body. Also, you notice neither of the shoulder pads, there are some shoulder caps that come on these. A lot of times my older catchers will take them off. This gear is for an older catcher. These were 14-inch gear. Now, one thing you'll notice is we want basically the chest protector to start at the collarbone and come all the way down to the belly button. So my belly button's right here. Some people may think this is short, so what you're gonna see when I stand up, so as I stand up and I step back, it looks kind of short, doesn't it, okay? But what works about this chest protector for especially an older catcher is that when I get in my squat, what you're going to see is that now it just perfectly protects the parts that I want. So basically the chest. What you're gonna see with other chest protectors, if they're too big for a catcher, is that when they squat, it does this, or it rolls, and it's because it's too long. So chest protector, we really want it from collarbone to belly button and to fit snug like a t-shirt. Okay, let's spend a couple minutes talking about a catcher's mask. So this is the Shutt catcher's mask, and I will say again that this is not a sponsored video, but I'm a huge fan of Shutt's catcher's mask because they have done a lot of research and are using the padding on the inside that they use for football. Why is that important? Catchers getting concussions. So this helmet can help prevent catchers from getting concussions. So when we talk about how a catcher's mask should fit, when we put it on, we want to make sure that when they move their head from side to side that it's not moving. Notice how this doesn't move. It's sitting very solid across my face. The other thing you can probably tell is that I can talk. Sometimes the chin piece is so big that it sort of inhibits a catcher from communicating with her team. We always have the option to lift our mask up when we communicate. As you can tell, that's already better. But sometimes we need to be able to communicate when it's down. Again, one of the great things is this fits nice and tight. If I lift my head up really fast, it's not going anywhere. A pop up side to side. Very good, solid tightness around the front and the back. I'll come around and sometimes check my catchers, and their masks are so loose that they move all over the place. That's not good. We want it to fit snug, not to where it gives us a headache, but snug to where if we get a pop-up, we can leave our mask on and we know that it's not shifting. Our view doesn't change. If we get hit in the face, we know that it's going to protect us. So we also want to make sure from time to time that we're checking these screws. I see a lot of times that catcher's masks, their screws start to loosen. We want to make sure we're checking them, a couple times a year to make sure that they're staying tight so they protect our face. I'm a huge fan of this mask just for the fact that it can help prevent concussions. This face mask part is not the titanium version, but the titanium version of this is actually a little bit lighter, and it also is another layer of concussion prevention. So for catchers that come to me regularly, I recommend they use a Shutt so that we can protect our heads. Really, really important. That's all I have today in regards to catchers sizing their gear properly. We just want to make sure we're consistently checking to make sure that our gear is fitting properly. If you have a certain brand that you love to wear, comment below. Let me know what products you like to use and why. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe. See y'all later. Peace.